Pat, talk to us about the recruiting process for you, right? Did you know how to get recruited back in your day? I mean, times were obviously different back when we played, right? It was more about we were going to try to perform on the field. There wasn't internet, there wasn't social media, there wasn't no huddle, there wasn't anything like that. It was more like, let's ball out on the field and let the coaches walk through the door, right? Was that kind of how you approached it? Did you go to camps? How important was it for you to maybe go to a camp to get seen? Because we weren't the biggest kids in the world, right? Even for me, I mean, I was 6 foot, 150 pounds soaking wet. I had to do everything in my power to try to get seen because film wasn't going to do it, right? So how important was it for you to get seen, and how did you do that?
Oh, like you said, it was mostly performance on the field. There were a few team camps that I was fortunate enough to go to with my high school team. I guess our head coach was prepared then. Smoke, you may know him, Steve Savarese, who
Oh, I know Coach
uh,
Savarese very well.
yeah, brought a couple guys up to Alabama. Actually, when I was a ball boy for the high school,
Mm.
so he would take us to camps. Um, was also very fortunate to have a guy by the name of Phil Savage, who would put on quarterback camps down here and be able to get that exposure. Help propel me in knowing what it takes to be a quarterback, knowing how the quarterback position is being played, and it's really about performance, showing up every day and being the best teammate you can, giving your all in every drill, every moment, and really not worrying about what the future holds. Um, Quick story: my brother, I thought, was one of the best players that I've ever seen play football. I idolized him, right or wrong, as a player, and he ended up having to go Division 2. Not that there's anything wrong with Division 2 ball, but in my mind, he was a Division 1 player and didn't get his opportunity. Obviously, before huddle, before all this technology, et cetera, et cetera. So for me, it was shoot, he's that good, and he had to fight to get a scholarship. Will I have to go through the same thing? So I guess I just put my head down and went to work and let the chips fall where they may.
Now, Pat, being from Daphne, close to Mobile, you're in the backyard of Auburn and Alabama. Pretty daggone good player. Didn't go to Alabama, obviously. Went to West Virginia. What was that like, leaving your home state with two powerhouses and going all the way up to West Virginia just to show the world that you can be a real good quarterback when others wanted you to play another position?
Um, well, I guess I kind of was a tad bit bitter with both of those schools for not offering my brother when I felt that he was one of the better players in the state. So I decided early on after that, when the recruiting process started for me, that I was probably going to bypass those schools. I did commit to LSU. Um, Again, I played from the time I started football to the time I graduated high school. Our colors were purple and gold. So when right or wrong, I thought I was going to be in the purple and gold for uh, at least throughout my college career. But they would recruit me as an athlete. West Virginia came in, and Scott, you may know Rick Trickett,
Oh
did
yeah,
a good job of just simply being honest with me throughout the process. LSU shot me a couple lines. I won't call them out on what they said, but they were a little far fetched. West Virginia told me that I was going to redshirt. They said the following year you can compete for the starting job. They didn't say it was going to be mine. They told me I could compete for it.
hmm
And after sitting there thinking about it, I was like, that's as authentic as it gets. It wasn't like they came in day one. They were like, athlete. They were like, no, you're a quarterback. We're going to recruit you as a quarterback. And here's how the process is going to go. And he said if I became the starter, we would have an opportunity to play for a national championship. Now we were 6 points away from making that happen, so it almost came to fruition. But again, it was the honesty that that sold me on West Virginia. And again, it was tough leaving the state, knowing how big Alabama and Auburn football is here. But I also grew up on HBCU football, so I would attend Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Alabama State Tuskegee games regularly. So it wasn't that difficult.